Hi, I'm Taylor Gerken with Peghead Nation, and I'm here with Taylor's brand new, just released Taylor GTe. GT stands for Grand Theater, and it's a brand new design for Taylor. As you can see, it's a small guitar, and as such, it fits right into between the GS Mini and Taylor's Grand Concert. So not quite a full-size guitar, but also not quite a travel-size guitar. So really kind of a new format altogether. Now, Taylor's GS Mini has been a very popular guitar for many years, and every now and then people have been wondering, will Taylor ever come out with a solid wood version of this? Because the GS Mini is, of course, made with laminate back and sides. And in some ways, this is the answer to those calls, except that Taylor kind of pushed it a step forward, made it a little bit more like a full-size guitar than what the GS Mini is, and kind of widened the body a little bit to this, where this is a full 15 inches at the lower bout, which is really the size of a Grand Concert guitar, just tiny bit smaller than Taylor's Grand Concert. The overall body is the same shape as Taylor's Grand Orchestra, but shrunk down to these dimensions. So while the body might look a little bit similar to a GS Mini, it really is slightly larger and completely redesigned. Along with resizing the body of the guitar, Taylor sort of scaled a lot of the other proportions accordingly. The guitar has a 24 1/8 inch scale, which again is right in between where a GS Mini would be and the standard short scale of the Grand Concert would be. It's actually the same as a 25.5 inch scale capoed at the first fret. So that would be a good way to determine what this scale length feels like. This results in nice low string tension of the guitar. It definitely it's strung with 12s, but they really feel like 11s. So between that and the easier reach than you would have with even a standard short scale guitar, it's a very, very easy guitar to play. Similarly, the nut width is right in between sort of the two common dimensions of 1 11/16 and 1 3/4. In this case, it's 1 23/32, and it does feel exactly like you would expect. Again, with these overall smaller dimensions, just a perfect match for the overall scale of the guitar. The guitar includes several elements that we've seen on other new Taylor guitars that were introduced earlier this year. The back and sides of the guitar are made from solid urban ash, and that's a very exciting project that Taylor's involved with, where they're working with a forestry management company in Southern California that is cutting these trees from urban areas. They would otherwise be destined for the wood chipper. But this wood turns out to have very similar tonal qualities as tropical mahogany. And as we've seen on the Builder's Edition 324 CE, which was the guitar that Taylor first started using this wood on, it really has some great tonal qualities. And it also looks quite beautiful. And in this case, the wood is stained in what Taylor calls an urban sienna, kind of a stain. If you look inside the guitar, you can see the natural color of the wood, which is a lot lighter than the way it's stained. But as it is, this urban ash is a very beautiful wood, and it's very cool to see them expand the use of this material with these GT models. The guitar's top is a solid Sitka spruce top, a very nice example with some beautiful cross grain throughout, really tight grained, and just both in terms of being a proven tone wood and being a nice color match to the urban ash back and side. Definitely a great choice of wood here. Another really exciting thing about the guitar happens on the inside, where Taylor's introducing another new kind of bracing. We've all heard about V-class bracing. That has been part of the majority of the larger size Taylors at this point. With this GT, Taylor's introducing what they're calling C-class bracing. And C-class bracing uses one long brace that goes along the bass side of the top, and several sort of tone bar type braces in both the lower bout and the upper bout. So it's a completely asymmetrical bracing that is particularly voiced for this guitar, and I would believe that it is a major contributing factor in making a guitar this small sound as big as it does. The guitar's back is braced with a set of 3 braces that are placed at an angle, which is something that Andy Power started doing on some other Taylor models several years ago as he was redesigning some of the line. And the same is true for this guitar. And on the fingerboard and bridge, we're seeing a wood that we also have been seeing on the new American Dream guitars, and that being eucalyptus. Beautiful coloring. If I didn't know it was eucalyptus, I might think it was some kind of rosewood family wood. Some beautiful grain that shows both on the face of the guitar as well as on the side of the fingerboard here. Same with the bridge, standard Taylor shaped bridge. And again, we're talking about a wood that is sustainably harvested, and so between that and the urban ash back and sides, we have a guitar that really has a small carbon footprint, as we might say. In terms of the guitar's appointments, we have Taylor's Pinnacle inlay in the fingerboard. It's done in Italian acrylic. We have a 3-ring rosette that includes a bit of koa in the center ring here. We have black top purfling, and we have an ultra-thin matte finish. This is the same finish that we've seen on the American Dream guitars. It's kind of an open pore finish, and it really allows the wood to resonate. So who's this guitar for? I can think of all kinds of great uses for this. It would obviously make a wonderful beginner's guitar because it's so easy to play, it's easy to carry in your lessons. I should say that it comes with Taylor's new Aero case, which is a great combination of kind of a hybrid case and gig bag. Very strong and sturdy, and yet it has backpack straps, so it's easy to carry. So it would be an ideal guitar to take to your lessons and to learn on because of the short scale and the easy playability. But it's also just a great guitar to practice on in general, again because of its easy playability. It could take the place of a travel guitar, even though it is slightly larger than most typical travel guitars, but certainly it's easier to carry and throw in the car or perhaps an airplane. And it also has its own tonality. It's definitely a full-grown guitar in terms of its sound. You heard me play it fingerstyle and drop D tuning, and I think if I just heard the recording I wouldn't necessarily think that that was a small guitar. It's also able to put out quite a bit of volume. I'm going to play it a little bit with a pick and strum it to demonstrate what it sounds like that way. So perhaps a surprisingly full sound coming out of such a small package. And again, I've seen quite a few professional players, some of our Peghead Nation teachers using the GS Mini guitars. And this is just a way to kind of step it up just a little bit from that. Players who are physically slightly smaller and might like these smaller dimensions would definitely take a liking to these. And now there's a way to get a small, easy to play Taylor built from solid woods and just kind of stepping everything that the GS Mini has offered up just a little bit to where it's almost more like a grand concert type guitar, but really kind of fitting right in between those two formats. Now, the guitar that I have here for demo includes the Taylor ES2 Electronics. The GT is available both with the electronic package and without the electronic package. The ES2 is the same ES2 electronic system that is included in Taylor's full-size guitars throughout their line. It's an excellent system. It uses 3 piezo elements mounted behind the saddle. There are controls for volume, bass, and treble. There's battery access here in the tail block of the guitar. And I think I'll go out showing you what the guitar sounds like plugged into a Fishman Loudbox Mini amplifier here. I definitely encourage you to check out this exciting new guitar from Taylor. It should be just hitting the dealers now, and I think you'll be surprised by how much fun the guitar is to play, by how easy it is to play, and what a sort of full-size guitar sound you can get from a small package like this. Please come back here for more of our gear demos on Peghead Nation. My name is Teja Gerken.